Well, good morning. We got sun. There are the Bradshaw Mountains. We are back to scout out more of the Black Canyon Trail. We didn't have to drive 9 miles down the road to the Hidden Treasure Mine Aid where we started the last training run. We are right off the highway pretty much. And this road's a little rough, so I parked out there, but the Gloriana Mine aid station or mine or whatever is mile 24 on the course. So that's where I'm starting. Got about 4.6 or 5 miles to Bumble Bee, and then we'll keep going. So 11.1 each way on this training run. All right, so we hit the junction with the BCT, Black Canyon Trail. And as expected, it is single track. So it's pretty flat. We're going up slightly to Bumble Bee, and then after Bumble Bee, we'll have about a 600-foot gradual, not too steep climb up to Hidden Treasure Mine. So it should be pretty smooth sailing for the most part, I think, to Bumble Bee or through Bumble Bee. So this trail just parallels the road. You can see it right there. Whew. Just up on this little single track on the hillside here. Whew. It's really windy and in the shade. So we're not very far in, you know, 1.5 miles, 2 miles in so far. There's your first view of Bumble Bee, those buildings. So we're probably, I don't know, 3 to 3.5 in at this point, because that's at, I think, 4.6 when we hit somewhere around Bumble Bee. So just cruising. Obviously got a long way to go. All right, so we've descended a couple 100 feet down almost into Bumble Bee. This is a critical point. The Black Canyon Trail actually goes left. However, yeah, see, so the aid station is down, I'm guessing, on private property. So I honestly think I'm just gonna follow the Black Canyon Trail, because then you join back up with it. So this will probably cut a couple 1/10 of a mile off, but I'm guessing the aid station's set up like at a building on private property, so I'd rather just run on the Black Canyon Trail. So we're on the left side, the west side of the road, on the BCT, going uphill slightly. I don't know if we've hit the point where we would join back up with it or not. I don't think so, but we should be getting close, I think. I'll have to look at the map pretty soon just to make sure I'm on course. But, you know, probably 5 miles in or so. But we will have our biggest climb of the day at some point. So like I said, it's up about 600 feet, but I think it's over like 3 miles. So maybe not, though. I could be wrong. Could be over like 2. But I think it's runnable. So check in later on. So we've been climbing gradually the last couple miles. I'm not sure if our high point's on this little rib, but the road's way down there, which is where we're gonna get to at our turnaround point at Treasure Mine. So I'd venture we're 7.5 in. That's just a complete guess though. So maybe 1/3 of the way in, or a little over 1/3 of the way in. But I feel like we were just climbing, so I don't think we're that far, and then we have to drop a couple 100 feet to the road then. So we'll have that up on the way back. But yeah, it's flattened out temporarily at least. The road's way down there. All right, I'm pretty confident we just hit the high point. The road's way down there. I mean, not way down, a couple hundred feet below. And we gotta, I think that's the trail. We gotta get down to the road now to meet it, but we have a couple miles at least till we get there. So yeah, this is going down now. Just very convoluted getting around, getting through this drainage. So it'll be cruiser down to the turnaround point. We'll just have to climb this back up, but it's not gonna be too bad. So I think I'm making pretty decent time. I need to eat and drink some more fluid. So I can actually see the big metal tank where the turnaround point is. So it's a good, I don't know, I'd say at least 2 miles. But I can see it out there. So that's good, I have a target at least. But I'd venture we're probably, although maybe if we're only 2 miles away, that means we're like 9 in, but I feel like we're like 8.5 in. So lots of ins and outs. So it's not direct to that tank, unfortunately. Our tank is getting closer. I'd venture probably only half a mile to the tank. Depends how curvy it gets. And of course, as I say that, it bends left and back. So maybe more. All right, so we're gonna call our turnaround point the road. I don't know if we cut over to the tank or we cut right through here, but let's give you, I'm gonna eat a Stinger waffle and maybe a gel. We're about an hour 38 in, and there's a cow. So I'm gonna bang this waffle, drink my electrolytes, and then start heading back and hopefully be back in less than that amount of time. But we'll see. So 11 or more than 11 miles in. All right, so 2-minute break. Ate my waffle, drank probably about 20 ounces of Tailwind liquid mixed with water. And now we're looking into the sun. And of course we got a gradual up for the first probably 2.5 miles. But then after that, there'll only be one little up at a Bumble Bee. So I'm hopeful I can go back in an hour 42, which will put me at 320, which I think I'll be happy with. So we'll see. But I will say this segment has been smoother than the first segment that I did on my other video. That one was rockier. A lot of this has some pretty nice dirt single track, like you're seeing here. Not terribly rocky. So headed back, probably 11 miles back to the car. All right, so I think that was just the relative high point. So that was like 2.5 miles maybe up from the turnaround. And now we got 4.5 of cruiser down to the road crossing, then the climb out of Bumble Bee, and then like 4 and change after that back to the car. So we just got a lot of our effort out of the way at least. This should be easier the next 4.5. All right, so we've reached the only gate on this segment. Getting closer to Bumble Bee. Just not there yet. Probably got like 5 miles left to the car, so just over halfway back. I think I'm finally starting to slow down a little bit. So I crossed the road in a different place. I think I actually added a little bit of mileage, but we're on this climb from Bumble Bee out. This is definitely gonna be a walk during the race. It's up a couple hundred feet. Steep enough when you got like 20 miles on your legs, which I almost do now, and I will in the race. I'll have like exactly, I might have 18 or 18 and a half on my legs right now. So getting closer to cresting and getting up flat, but it's pretty, there's not a ton of descent. It's pretty little up, down, flat the last 4 back. But yeah, I'm hiking this one out for now, but hopefully we'll be moving again soon. So we're just sort of cruising. The road's down there. We'll eventually meet it, but probably 2.5 miles left. This section's kind of annoying because there's like a lot of little baby ups and downs, and it's rocky in some parts. I mean, we're talking like 10-20 feet, not a lot, but when it's constant, it's hard to get in a rhythm. So we'll be back in 25 minutes hopefully. So we've hit this road. Just got to make sure I go down the right way, which I think is right here. So 0.3 miles to go. I guess I should run it in. Back to the road, and the car's still here. So that was 3 hours and 23 minutes. So I was slightly slower on the way back by like 3-4 minutes. It's getting hot.